Thanks and welcome to join me for the 6 p.m. news. I'm Kejang Henry Atimbi in Douala. Let's flag off with our headlines. Mayhem in Kumba, southwest of Cameroon, as region of the fire is still not known, but the fire and family member a controversial verdict after she was gruesomely murdered in cold blood by her husband. And hundreds of artists on rampage over unpaid royalties as they stage a sit-down strike in front of the Prime Minister's office for their problems to be handled. Sub-stories. Wherever you are, we begin from Kumba, that is in the southwest region of the country, where a devastating fire has engulfed several shops and near the main market, or opposite the main market, located in the Meme division of the southwest region. The blaze broke out unexpectedly, leaving residents and shop owners in shock as soaring flames consumed the contents of the affected shops. The cause of the fire remains unknown, and investigations are yet to be determined. How the inferno began, eyewitnesses described the chaotic scene as shop owners and residents scrambled to save what they could while attempting to bring the fire under control. And armed with buckets of water, residents formed makeshift firefighting efforts to halt the flames from spreading to nearby structures, most of which were made of clapboards and highly inflammable materials. And despite the valiant efforts by the Kumba residents, the destruction was extensive, leaving many counting their losses. No casualties have been reported yet, but however, the area is known for frequent fire incidents. This latest incident underscores the vulnerability of densely populated market areas of firefighting materials. We'll be coming back details with the developments as they unfold from Kumba. And hundreds of artists from 4 authors' rights corporations have staged a sit-down strike at the Prime Minister's office for unpaid royalties since tous for these special presidential prescriptions to be paid as their rights. Ate Bonaventure is reporting that some of the leaders, including the board chair of the authors' rights corporations, have been meeting to see how they can address the situation.
Unfulfilled promises and failure of the State Broadcasting Corporation to pay its, quote, 4 intellectual property corporations to demonstrate in front of the Prime Minister's office.
They have signed this money to distribute to artists, yet up to now they are unable to give this money to the artists or to share the money to the artists. But means of money, we have come to meet the Prime Minister to tell the Prime Minister, please, Mr. Prime Minister, help the artists because artists are suffering.
The 150 million paid into the accounts of an illegitimate corporation.
I cannot understand that the President of the Republic, His Excellency President Paul Biya, Prime Minister, will give an instruction and existing.
The angry artists look forward to a positive response to their plea as their leaders meet with government officials at the Prime Minister's office.
We have been received by the Director of Cabinet of the Prime Minister. He took note.
They have been complaining of foul play by some stakeholders in the copyright sector in the treatment of the demands of artists who hope to fully reap the fruits of their arts.
Ate Bonaventure reporting there, and to this other story, family members of Yangwo Diane, who was murdered in cold blood by her husband, have expressed indignation over the controversial verdict handed by the Bonanjo Court of First Instance in Douala by 52,000 francs CFA has been condemned. Details with Morindi.
The verdict delivered on April 1 at the Bonanjo Court of First Instance has left the family reeling.
On était dépassé, on a fait appel à qui voulait nous entendre.
They argue that the sentence does not reflect the severity of the crime committed.
Cette genre de justice, il faut porter la tour.
The family's discontent echoes the concerns of women's rights advocates who fear that this lenient sentence may perpetuate a culture of impunity and contribute to the proliferation of feminicides in Cameroon.
The qualification was bad since the beginning of the matter. Now we are sure that the Court of Appeal will change the qualification, because in French we call it assassinat. The qualification that was supposed to be considered.
The family has vowed to appeal the verdict, citing procedural irregularities and a misclassification of the offense. According to their lawyers, this misclassification compromised the investigation and ultimately influenced the verdict.
The next step was to write an action against that judgment, and I did this morning. And the Court of Appeal gave his own judgment.
Diane Yongo's a tragic death occurred on November 18, 2023, when she succumbed to injuries inflicted by her husband. The family's quest for justice continues as they seek for a more satisfactory outcome in the appeal process.
Now, Maureen, we stay with you. As you say, women rights advocates have strongly condemned the suspended sentence slammed on Bekobe Eric, the man convicted for killing his wife. The verdict delivered by an old female judge has been condemned strongly as a travesty of justice by the lawyers. Maureen, once more.
Lawyers defending women's rights have strongly condemned the suspended sentence given to Bekobe Eric, the man convicted of killing his wife, Diane Yango.
This decision is considered to be unsound, legally unsound. We are the actresses in this case, the husband, and that he clearly intended to do that, to take away her life, then such a decision can be accepted. It is inadmissible.
Things that it was not safe. If you lost a children, that is the question.
The verdict delivered by an all-female panel of judges on April 1, 2025, sentenced Bekobe to 5 years suspended jail term and a fine of 52,000 francs CFA.
Yes, his son died because the husband got her to kill her. Was that his intention?
According to the lawyers, the decision is deeply shocking, frustrating, and insulting to women, especially in the light of the brutal violence Diane suffered.
In such a case, if you're unsatisfied with the decision, you file an appeal, so that such violence against women should not be repeated.
Bekobe pleaded guilty to manslaughter after fatally beating his wife on November 18, 2023. The autopsy revealed she died after suffering from internal abdominal of the verdicts.
Cameroon, Gendarmerie in Douala have arrested 6 suspects of a notorious robbery gang that have been terrorizing.
A recent operation by the research unit of Gendarmerie in Douala 2 has led to the arrest of 6 individuals involved in a string of robberies targeting mobile money agents. The gang, known for the operation names Babana, Le Voyageur, La Mascotte, Abu, Bokom and Bayano, had been wreaking havoc on the population, with their primary target being orange points and mobile money agents. The most recent case occurred on March 22, 2025, when an orange money sales agent was robbed of his 2 mobile phones and 814,000 CFA francs at gunpoint. However, during their escape, one of the suspects was apprehended by the gendarmerie. Further questioning led to the arrest of 5 other accomplices. A research conducted at the residence of the gang leader led to a discovery of an automatic pistol, an ammunition, and 1 holster. The suspects confessed to being involved in several other robberies of Orange and MTN mobile money points in Douala. He assured the public of their commitment to maintaining law and order, encouraging citizens to report any suspicious activity or undesirable individuals by calling their toll-free number 113.
Thanks, Sharifa. And today's World of the Tracing Gamu, you are saying that his condition actually has pushed him to make ends meet for himself.
At 18, Herman Jorel Takam embodies a deep passion for livestock breeding. Despite his disability, this autistic child has succeeded to break down prejudice and defy stereotype associated with his diagnosis. Children with a lifelong neurodevelopmental condition that affects how he speaks and communicates with others. We are in Nkorbong neighborhood under Yaoundé 1 subdivision. From a young age, under the guidance of his parents to his satisfaction, ensuring they help him enjoy his work, and he has grown with that skill. While some autistic children struggle alongside his sisters, he actively participates. The constant support of his family and his own determination have allowed Herman Jorel to flourish and find his true calling. He is the embodiment of potential that, despite obstacles, blooms with the help of a supportive environment. Herman's daily life a series of challenges to overcome. The father attests with unpredictable behaviors, which for these years the parents now master and encourage the other siblings to do same in order to avoid situations with him. Herman's hands, like sounds, are his way of communicating. He can be seen touching his father, Ephraim Takam, now and again, inquiring explanation on what is going on. Herman's story on this World Autism Awareness Day, April 2nd, 2025, wants to encourage other parents to understand that autism is not a fatality. Though a lifetime disability complicates as the children grow up, but encouraging them in what they love doing most keep them very happy, lovely, and also lively.
2024 amounting to 354.7 billion CFA francs, while this signals some financial stability for the regional institution. It has raised a lot of questions or concerns about the economic justice in a sub-regional, as the sub-region is grappling with high inflation and widespread poverty. Ambo Gladys Dibang reports.
The central bank reports record-breaking profits at a time when the socio-economic landscape of the Central African sub-region remains bleak, with inflation surpassing acceptable thresholds and millions of citizens struggling to meet basic needs, with BEAC's profit reaching 354.7 billion francs CFA. Analysts question whether the benefits of this success are equitably distributed.
While BEAC is celebrating these results, prices are going up, everyday goods are getting more and more expensive, families are finding it harder to make ends, and small business and companies can get loans.
The record profits have been attributed to the central bank's successful investment strategies, particularly in foreign markets involving millions of dollars and euros.
High last year, those investments made good returns. Second, the bank charges when commercial banks borrow money to BEAC, those rates were high. Last year it was about 5%. Third, these benefits follows a very tight monetary policy, who keeps interest rate high to fight inflation.
A significant portion, close to 320 billion francs CFA of the central bank's profits, has been allocated to shareholders and staff, with only a limited impact on broader economic relief measures.
This is the role of credit institutions. It does not directly engage with economic agents. The Banking Commission of Central Africa supervises these banks to ensure proper use of liquidity.
Among the notable policy adjustments, the central bank reduced key interest rates. The extent to which these reductions would translate into tangible economic benefits remains uncertain.
I'm glad Gladys Dibang drawing the curtains for this edition of the 6:15 with me, Kejang Henry at TB. Thanking you for being there with us. Stay tuned to programs on Canal International. Coming up is Lil Piju with the debrief de l'actualité. And of course, her panelists are just right around the studio. Good day.